Canadiens Lightning, Mario. Game one of the Stanley Cup Finals was on last night, and oh boy, did the Lightning beat the ever living crap out of the Canadiens, Mario. 5-1 was your final score. And let me tell you something, Mario. The Lightning are doing anything and everything they can to defend their title, and they're doing a pretty good job with it. I'll start off with the stats. I'll start off with the Lightning. Nikita Kucherov had 2 goals and an assist, and Braden Point had 3 assists, which I find pretty interesting. We got a bit of role reversal going on here, Mario. Usually it's the other way around, but hey, it still works out for them. 3 other players had goals. Those other 3 players were Eric Cernat, Yanni Gord, and Steven Stamkos. And let me count. 4 other players had assists. It was Blake Coleman, Barclay Goodrow, Andre Palat, and Mikhail Sergachev. And Andre Vasilevsky, Mario, he had a great game. He didn't really have to do a lot because the Canadiens only shot 19 times and he saved 18 of them, which is a save percentage of 947. So he did a good job like we expect out of him. The only player that had a goal was Ben Sherratt. He had 1 goal, and then Jesperi Kotkaniemi and Shea Weber had assists. And Carey Price wasn't on his game, Mario. He really didn't have a good game. He saved 22 out of 27 with a save percentage of 815. So not really the best. We do expect a little bit more out of him. I'll go to game stats right now. Shots on goal, like I mentioned, the Canadiens had 19, and the Lightning had 27. Face-off percentage was a split 50%. Power plays, the Canadiens had 0 out of 2, and the Lightning had 1 out of 3. And penalty minutes, the Canadiens had 8 compared to the Lightning 6. Hits-wise, this was a very physical game, Mario. The Canadiens had 58 hits, and the Lightning had 57. So it was a pretty physical game. Blocks, the Canadiens had 5, and the Lightning had 15. Giveaways, the Canadiens had 3, and the Lightning had 9. And takeaways, the Canadiens had 5, and the Lightning had 10. So overall, Mario, the Lightning just did better in every single category. Goaltending, defense, offense, they did better in every category. I just don't know how else to tell you that. So if I'm the Canadiens, Mario, there's a lot of things going on. First of all, I need to be more aggressive on offense, okay? That's what I need to do, right? I need to make power plays because the power play goal has been very, very rare for the Canadiens. And it's been very rare for the Lightning, too, although the Lightning have made a lot more power play goals this playoffs than the Canadiens have. So they got to do that, right? I got to do better defensively, and goaltending needs to do better, too. More specifically, Carey Price. Everything's just – I look at this team, everything has to be better. Like, you can't be losing 5-1 or else you're going to get swept. I don't want to count them out now because it's game 1, but you get my point. Like, if you continue to play like this, you're going to get swept. That's just what's going to happen. It's just what's going to happen. You're going to get swept. The Lightning repeat champions. I get to hear the Lightning are the best in the world. Like, look, as you can tell, I'm still very salty because this should be the Bruins, but it's not because they want to choke every year. That's what they do.
But that's not going to happen. That wasn't going to happen. I just want to let you know that.
You. Now, going back to being serious, though, I got to give credit to the Lightning. They did a great job. They played a great game. Like I said, Nikita Kucherov and Braden Point did a little bit of role reversal, a lot of role reversal going on there. But hey, either way, it worked out for them. Because they're just doing anything and everything they can to win it. And, that's what you got to do when you're a team. That's just how it is. So with that being said, there's really not a lot for me to say other than the Canadiens just have to play better all around. So and I look at, and there's a couple of things that I could point out for the Lightning, but other than the fact that it really wasn't a big deal. I mean, 1 out of 3 power plays, you could do better with that, but at least they made 1. Giveaways, 9 isn't a lot, but you don't want to give them the opportunity neither. Other than that, Mario, I look at it and really nothing. They almost played. They pretty much had a perfect win, other than those 2 that I mentioned, which really aren't that big. Except for the power play. Overall, the Lightning just had a really great win, so I got to give them credit. So with that being said, going back to Canadiens, like I mentioned, you just got to play better all around. Nothing was there for them. So with that being said, Mario, game 2 is on, I believe it's tomorrow. Yes, it's on tomorrow at 8 p.m. on the NBC Sports Network once again. So make sure you go check that out. So with that being said, Joe, best of luck to both teams in game 2, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, besides you saying that the Bruins should have made it, I completely agree with everything that you're saying because Yeah, the Bruins shouldn't have
Hey,
made it,
hey,
but
hey, hey, hey.
but
I'm
I'm just joking.
still,
I'm joking with you. I'm joking with you. But
I'm
look,
still mad, man.
but overall, Nate, yeah, this is a great win by the Tampa Bay Lightning. What a way to kick off the series, have a 5-1 win. As for the Canadians, yeah, it wasn't a good win for them. And first, I'll point to Carey Price. Okay, I talked about this. I said Carey Price. There's games where he has great games, and then there's games where he's just atrocious. And this was one of the games where he was atrocious. I'm being honest. And again, I don't expect Carey Price to be like this the whole series. This is what again, I think this is why it's going to be a game six. I think Carey Price will have his good games. But overall, Nate, you're absolutely right. First of all, I think it's pretty strange to see Braden Point playing Nikita Kucherov's role and Nikita Kucherov playing Braden Point's role. But I mean, if it works, and so do it. And they do have a very, very good team. Stamkos got involved. That three-headed monster did get involved. Um, I'm looking, and the only person that I didn't see get involved was Victor Hedman, which I got to be honest with you, Victor Hedman has kind of been a no-show for the past few games. I haven't really heard or seen anything from Victor Hedman, which I would like to see him get a little more involved. But other than that, Nate, if you look at their goals, every single goal that they had, it was assisted, which shows you how good at distributing the puck they really are. Now, again, you talked about like the 9 turnovers, or the 9 giveaways. You would like to see less of those, but the 9 giveaways, again, it's not totally bad. We've definitely seen games where it's been a lot worse. 1 for 3 in the power point. I don't think that's necessarily bad. Could you have done a little better? Yeah, but I don't think it's necessarily bad. You know, um, Again, overall, like face off and hits, they were pretty even. What I like about this game is both teams were physical, but they weren't dirty. If you look at the penalty minutes, it was only 8 and 6 from both teams. So I got to give them a lot of credit on that. Blocks, I think the Tampa Bay Lightning defense did a great job of making sure that puck didn't get to Andre Vasilevsky a lot and made his job a lot easier. Like, when I started watching hockey, I didn't get the whole sense of it yet. I used to say this goalie, he sucks. He didn't do a good game while there were 40 shots being hit against him, you know? And then once I started actually looking at hockey and realizing like this is again, defense has to help you out a bit. Then I started realizing it's also a defensive effort as well. So overall, Nate, I got to give the Tampa Bay Lightning a lot of credit. Everything that they needed to do well, they did. And as for the Canadiens, it's the complete opposite. Everything that could have went wrong did. It's as simple as that. So if I'm going into game 2 as a Canadians, what I'm doing is again keep that same physicality. Okay, you don't want to let go of that. But offensively, you got to be better. I didn't see Kotkaniemi, I didn't see Suzuki, I didn't see Caulfield, Toffoli. I didn't see those guys come out. Well, Kotkaniemi had an assist, but other than that, everybody else was a no-show. You need to see more out of your star players. Now, obviously, I talked about this. I said the Canadians do not have stars like the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's just a known fact, Nate. I don't think there was a team in these playoffs besides probably the Colorado Avalanche, and you can make a case that that was the closest thing to star power that could equal the Lightning. But the Avalanche ended up losing a 7-game series or a 6 to the Vegas Knights.
Everything in this playoffs was a 7-game series, the best of 7.
Best of 7. Okay, not everything. Like the Lightning ended up winning like a couple game 6s.
Well, I was talking about the series in general was a 7-game series. I don't know if you were talking about how many games they won or.
Okay, all right. So it was a 7-game series. All right.
Yeah.
So obviously, that's irrelevant at this point because they didn't make it. But overall, that was the team I felt like could equal the star power of the Tampa Bay Lightning right there, but they're not in it. As for the Canadians, I said it, they're very equal, I feel like, to the Islanders, where they have a bunch of good players, who do their role very, very well. And again, you can take a lot of facts and a lot of weaknesses out of the Tampa Bay Lightning from that series against the Islanders. The Islanders were only one goal away, Nate, from tying that game up. They were only one goal away, and they couldn't do it. As for the Canadians, you have to be aggressive offensively. 19 shots on goal is not going to do it when the other team is shooting 27. And again, the Lightning, I would have liked to see them become a little bit more aggressive offensively, but they didn't have to be because again, they were being concise and they were being concise and they were being accurate with the shots they were taking. They saw their opportunities and they capitalized. It's just as simple as that. So overall, Nate, game two, I wish them both the best of luck. Game two is going to be Wednesday, tomorrow, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it's going to be on 8 p.m. NBC Sports Network in Tampa Bay.
Right. So make sure you guys go check that out. Overall, Nate, best of luck to both teams. Again, congratulations to Tampa Bay Lightning on winning game one of the Stanley Cup Finals. And we'll see what happens in game two.